I've got a young lady who's, well, once she says she's home from school, it doesn't mean that she's going home for a tea, a dinner. It means she's broken up for the summer already.
Oh.
Welcome, Lacey from Illinois.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi.
Right.
Good.
So you're home, are you? You're home for the holidays. Is that what you say?
The summer vacation, yeah.
Vacation. Of course, it's vacation,
Yes,
not
summer
holidays
vacation.
in your part. Oh, my gosh. So, how has the first year gone, Lacey?
It went really well. I went through a semester, so I started in January, and I went till May, so that's a semester. Or a term, I think, as you guys call it.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
well, the last
so
time...
there's two terms. So I went for the second one, the second semester, and I'm home for summer vacation, and then I go back in August, and I do a full year. I do August through December, and then we have our Christmas break, and then we come back in January, and then, till May. So,
oh my God, that's a long semester from August to December,
5
isn't
months
it?
at a time. I know it's different for you guys. It's like, I think it over there, isn't it? You guys have like 2 weeks, and then you're off for 2 weeks, and then 2 more weeks, and then you're off. It kind of
No, Lacey. We do work harder than that. Okay. So basically, we have 6 weeks, and then we'll have a week off, and then we'll have another 6 weeks, and then we'll have 2 weeks off.
Speech on, Wi-Fi, cellular data.
It's even during like the
Here,
summer
type
as well,
voice,
right?
music, low pop selected.
Longer, 6
Screen
weeks off in
recording.
the summer.
But speech off.
Oh, really? We have 10 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I think you've got it quite good, really, haven't you? When you go all that time. But do you like all that time off, or would you rather it spread out less?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm used to how it works here, so I think it'd be weird.
Of course. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do over the next 10 to 12 weeks then?
Well, I'm hopefully going to keep in contact with the friends I've made up at school and, hang out, see my family more and stuff, because we only go home 2 weekends a month usually at the ISVI, so, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Except for spring break and all that, except for that stuff, so.
Okay. So what have you learned then? What have you loved learning in your first semester?
I've loved learning how to just do all the independent living skills. I'm becoming a lot more independent. I'm doing more stuff myself. Eventually at some point I want to, I'm taking a class called meal planning and prep, and it's a double class period. Usually a class period is about 45 minutes, but meal planning and prep is 2 class periods, because if we're cooking, we don't have a big rush to cook it and everything else with prep time and cook time and all that, and we've cooked some pretty cool stuff. There's 2 groups. There's my group in in one kitchen, and then there's another group in another kitchen. And, at some point, I want to learn how to use the stove up there. I want to learn how to use the stove safely, and I'll get there eventually. I'm not quite ready for that yet. I can use a microwave.
Okay.
Not quite a
that
stove.
is brilliant.
I've used a small air fryer before as well.
Yeah.
And usually it's interesting because, what we do is there are a lot more students with vision than you think, but they're visually impaired. They're I'm completely blind. But there are some students that are fully, that have vision, but they still need, adapted material and stuff. Mm-hmm. And, with the air fryer, the thing is, the only downside is you have to make sure it's on the correct, degree temperature. But then when it comes to the time, we usually just set a timer on a phone or something.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little bit easier.
So, but with the microwave then, if you can't see anything, how do you know? Or do you just learn the pattern on
Well-
that particular microwave? You've got to get to know the microwave before you do anything.
The one here, like what Mom did was she put dots on all the numbers
Yeah.
so that I could, and I said, can you still see them if you need to use it? And she said, yes. There's a dot on start. There's dots on 1 through 0. The microwaves up at ISBI are a lot fancier, like they're talking and stuff. And
Really?
I don't mind them. They are a little confusing because if you were to look at it, if you felt it, if you can't see it, it just feels like the number pad. But no, it's like really confusing. But I'll get there. I mean, I'll learn it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For many of us, we just take these things for granted. But for you, Lacey, it's the most important aspects of living, isn't it? Getting out there, being independent, learning how to cook and deal with all these obstacles that you have to face on a daily basis. Oh my God. And when you say your mum put spots on them, so are they raised spots then so you can feel them?
Yeah, they're like little. You can get them. I get this thing for free through the Lighthouse for the Blind because the fact that I am blind. It's called a Braille box, and one of the Braille we get them every month. One of the Braille boxes I got was all about being independent, and we got these dot stickers, pretty much.
I understand you.
So there's like different ones, like different. I don't know. Like I have 3. Okay, I can't have caffeine for health reasons, but I have decaf, like K-cups, like for a Keurig, and I have creamers. And I can't read what they all are, and they're all in like these big boxes, right? There's 3 of them. And I have different dots on them to say, okay, this one's this one's this. So yeah, they're all different. Like one's a square, and one's a bigger circle, one's a smaller circle. So I can feel and say, okay, this one's this one's this. And they're in one order, too. And I don't move them around, so I can tell what it is.
Listen, you're going to get there. You'll get there. You're a bright girl.
And another thing I remember talking about on the last time we spoke was the talent show. And that was really good. Yeah. There's a student. He actually left ISDI this year. He had been there for 11 years, and he gave a really emotional speech that made everybody cry.
What did he say?
He was pretty much like thanking a lot of people. He's a very athletic person and loves sports, and he thanked his coach or his coaches that he's been here 11 years. So he thanked the coaches he's had. He thanked one of the teachers and stuff, and. Yeah, I cried a lot. Everybody really cried. But it was a beautiful speech and stuff. He did a really, really good job. So, yeah. And then there were some people that sang. There were a few people that were dancers. There's one student. He's hilarious. So he aged out of ISDI. He's 22.
Yes.
So how that works is if you can go until you're 21, but they've recently changed the law. If you turn 22 during that school year, you can stay until the year is over. But if you turn 22 before the next semester starts, you cannot go.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
He aged out, and he did this. It was hilarious. So he loves game shows. He loves everything to do with the UK. So he's hilarious. So he did this thing. He did like a Jeopardy, and he had our music teacher, one of the another student from ISBI, and then the recreation director. They were up there pretending to be contestants, and it was so funny. He cracked me up.
Oh, well, listen, you sound like you've had a whale of a time in school, and I bet you cannot wait to get back there and learn more and, of course, hang out with your friends. Listen, it's been so lovely to chat with you, Lacey. And, well, now that you're not in school, maybe you'll have more time to speak to us. So I want an update every month, okay, with what you're doing during your vacation, okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, you do that. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm going to play a track for you now because have you ever been sunburnt?
I I have, but it's never been like painful, thank goodness.
Oh, you've been lucky. You haven't had it bad. Well, that's our theme tonight. Lots of people sharing memories, of course, with us regarding being sunburnt or having sunburn on holiday. And lovely Matthew Gilbert. Lovely Matthew Gilbert has chosen a track, and I'm going to dedicate this one to you as well, all right? Because it's important for you to know the difference between hot and cold when you're in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yes.
Our house is built.
Wait a minute. Stop there for a second. What did you say, Lacey?
Okay, our house the kitchen faces the west. Like, the house we live in is older, and my mom hates it. When she's cooking, she gets really warmy. Like, she gets very hot usually. So our house is built like in the west. Like, the kitchen faces west, and she's like. She said to me, she goes, the person that built it didn't know what the heck he was thinking.
Oh, so she's melting in the kitchen when she's cooking, is she?
Yes, it's terrible.
Bless her.
She hates it.
Tell her to have a large gin and tonic every time she cooks. That's what she needs to cool down. A large G&T, tell her. Okay, darling. Elizabeth, we're going to play this one for you and your mum then, all right? And this is also for lovely Matthew Gilbert in Pembroke Dock. You take care, sweetheart. Speak soon. Bye.
You too. Bye.